454, confirmed by level 360. For direction, are you able for level 370?
Yes, for the direction we take by level 370.
Lufthansa 454, many thanks. Climb flight level 370.
Charlie flight level 370, Lufthansa 4, thank you.
Good day.
Hello. Right, I think I have this up and running. It's going to be a reasonably quiet start because we've got quite a distance to go until top of drop. But we are testing out this lovely new quality wings Boeing 787-900, or will be when the textures load. Little bit heavy on VAS, but I've got far too much in FSX at the moment, so it is struggling. 1.6 gig of VAS remaining actually, so we're not too bad at the moment. We have the immersion effects installed as well, which look rather nice. That's from FSFX. Definitely recommend getting that. Looks really nice. So you can see obviously the swirling chemtrails, dodgy chemtrails, coming out of the back of the aircraft there. But the immersion is obviously a lot better when you're landing and taking off, and you've got the condensation coming off the top of the wings and condensation in the air intakes, blast effects, things like that. It does look very, very neat. But yeah, first impressions are this is a rather nice aircraft. Obviously rip my textures, but that's FSX for you. What can you do?
Thank you very much.
So let's have a quick look inside the cockpit then. Oh my god. Come on, you can do it. There we go. So, let's just get my chase plane set up.
Why would you leave him at clear to 4,000 feet?
If you can hear some chatting in the background, I'm watching on Twitch Eurocontrol East, who I've just been with, a guy called Jan, or Jan, not quite sure how you pronounce it. He's absolutely hilarious. He's really, really good fun. Really nice chat. So I'm just going to leave him chatting away in the background because, as I say, he's quite funny. So here we go then. We have the tablet, if you like. It's the electronic flight bag. I've currently got it set up for landing here. You can obviously do your takeoff calculations. It gives you V1, VR, V2 speed, so on and so forth. At the moment it's locked as far as I can find to put your weights in pounds, which is a little bit annoying, and it seems to randomly guess whether you're using millibars or mercury, inches of mercury. So I'm assuming it's not expecting that to be inches of mercury, otherwise that could be exciting. You set your landing airfield in, you can just copy that straight from your FMC data, which is quite useful. You select your runway, what type of category ILS approach you're doing, what flap setting you're doing, anti-icing, your reverses, spoilers, brakes, so on and so forth. You can add a little bit onto your VREF speed. Then it gives you your VREF for 30 degrees of flap in this case, so coming in full flat, which I'm not sure whether that's the real ops or whether you do 25 degrees, I don't know. I did try and do 25 and then it randomly overwrote it and I couldn't be bothered changing it back. And then it gives you your operational landing distance. This is quite nice, so you can check this against the charts, make sure that you're actually going to stop in time. Hashtag Matt Davis Gibraltar, really, really funny if you've not seen that. Have a quick look on YubTubs for that. So I can see here that for Tel Aviv that we're coming into, the runway, if I just pull up my chart here, runway 30, wrong, runway 26 that we're coming in on is 11,998 feet, which is interestingly not quite the same as the landing distance available there. Now there is quite a long extended threshold, so I'm wondering if it's including that in that number here. But either way, with auto brake 1 and the setup we've got, we're going to stop in 8,000 feet anyway, so that gives us 4,000 to play with and float. So happy days on that. You can also pull up your SIDS and stars on here, get a nice map. You can overlay your actual route that's in your flight computer as well onto those SIDS and stars, just to make sure it all tallies up. That's quite nice. There's a lot of functionality in here that's currently not implemented as far as I can tell. At the moment I think all you can click on are the grade boxes, and this holds true for the flight computer as well. I'll show you that in a moment. So if we have a look at the charts, let's not key in 5 as a destination, that's a bit weird. Lima Bravo Golf. I so hope you can hear that in the background. He's quite a linguist, cunning linguist, one might say. This Eurocontrol East controller. He's certainly capable of the odd bit of chatter in various different languages, and he puts on a reasonably good Russian accent there for the KLM. Hashtag appropriate. And he's just been blown a kiss, lovely. So I've not actually done our landing preparation yet, so I don't know which one we're coming in on. In fact, I can probably just pull it up from my Simbrief route. What did Simbrief think we'll be on? Oh, it didn't calculate it, coming in from Solin. But let's say we were going to do this one. Zoom out a bit. It is touchscreen, so you can do draggy. You can use your mouse wheel for zooming in and out as well. As you can see, this is our flight plan route coming in here in pink. And then a rather weird SID there. So let's not do that one. Let's have a look at that one. Wow, that's even worse. Let's not do that one either. Ah, here we go, Sol. Right, so it's likely to be something like this. So Sol in, coming in and round, and then down we go onto the ILS for 26. That looks a bit dubious. Well, we'll see. But as I say, this is effectively just the charts, or at least a brief amount of chart there. So this isn't actually plotting your route into the flight computer. However, I do believe, although you can't do it at the moment, that you will be able to send this to the flight computer. So everything's connected, so you can either plan your SIDS and your stars and whatnot in here and send it to the flight computer, or you can do it in the flight computer and send it to here so you can have a look at what you're actually doing. So let's go and have a look at the FMC then. Now bear with me with this, I am not used to Boeing at all. Well, Boeing flight computers at least. I tend to fly classics, things like this Boeing 747-200, 707-300, stuff like that, so predating the old flight computers. And anything with a flight computer I tend to fly, tends to be an Airbus or one of the E-Jets or something like that. So I'm still button bashing to find what I'm doing. It's the usual stuff, really, nothing overly exciting here. However, you can talk to the electronic flight bag that we were just looking at, the tablet as I'm calling it, and copy stuff over. So I'll tell you what, let's do it. We've got an ILS-X here. Maybe not. In that case, have we got an ILS 36? We do. Sorry, 26. No, we do not. But we do have an RNAV.
Lufthansa 8404 Eurocontrol. Good afternoon. Squawk 026.
Am I being blind? Oh, is them? The charts definitely says an ILS on 26. Oh well. Oh my god, he's doing an even better accent there. That's hysterical. Oh, seriously, if you see this guy online, you've got to go and fly in Eurocontrol East. He does Riga a lot as well, apparently. What's his name? Yannick's Tom Polskis. I hope I'm pronouncing that vaguely correct. But he's currently controlling Eurocontrol East. He's a C1 as well, but he's a good laugh, and I've been having a chat with him in Twitch as well, and he's in it for the right reasons. He said if it's not fun, I'm not doing it. Fair play, but he enjoys the stressful moments as well, so isn't a rage quit Alt F4 and Euroscope controller, so that's always nice to know. So let's have a look at some of these charts then. I'm going to pull them up on here. Now you can't see these at the moment, just because of the way I've got OBS set up, so just bear with me a sec as I have a look for we've got Divil and Limerick. So standard terminal arrival. Alright, give me a sec.
Atari 465 identified.
Right, clearly those charts are miles out of date. Thank you, JetView. So let's try and get ones that are slightly more in date. There we go. We've got some on Israel's CAA website.
Yeah, it is annoying.
There's the Divler and what's Limerick? Limco, that is. So let's have a look at this bad boy. Ah, that's looking pretty convincing for a star. That's the Divler. And the Limco is also looking fairly convincing. That comes in from Solin. They both come in from Solin. So what's the difference here?
I'm currently stood in Egll-Llbg Mike. Am I within your area or without it?
You are most certainly without it. I know
Ah, right, okay. So one's an RNAV, one isn't. No, hang on, wait a minute. That's an RNAV as well. Oh no, it isn't. The Limco isn't, but RNAV's required. Oh, Christ knows. Right, tell you what. Let's do the Divler. We've got 1 Delta and 1 Charlie as an option here. Oh, we need an Alpha or a Bravo for the charts. Brilliant. Right, okay, chin that off. So the Limco 2, that is. Ah, which is this one. Right, okay, let's do the Limco. So we'll be doing the Limco. Oh my god, that's loud. Anyone who doesn't know that, that's the British Airways virtual POSRET we have to do every hour. Yippee. So that's the Limco in there. We've got a transition of Lasry or Rabin as an option. So let's have a look on the approaches. So 2-6, there it is. Now the winds are saying we could land 3-0, but 3-0's not got an ILS, I don't think. I can't remember back now. And the transition. Well, we're going to overfly Rabin and Lasry. a bit odd. Well, let's do. Hang on. So let's read this chart a bit more. That's probably a better idea, isn't it? So we could go direct to labs. Right, no, we're going to do Rabin. Just gives us a slightly longer approach, I believe, which I'm going to need because I've not done this yet in this aircraft. Right, so can we go into plan view? Can I drag that? No, I cannot. Can I go into plan view here and drag that? No, I cannot. Map centering cursor. Rip. Well, that didn't work, did it? Okay, so let's zoom out on here. And if I twiddle this, oh, look at that. So there's Llbg and there's Rabin. Okay, so we've got a discontinuity there. Let me just double check the charts and make sure we're not missing anything obvious. I so hope you can hear that, that's so funny. Standard departures, instrument approach, so they don't actually have the transition charts in here. No, so what we'll do is we will assume a directamundo. So let's go to the legs page. Let's go to that. There we go. Thank you, Chase Plane. You beautiful, beautiful thing. Llbg. There's our discontinuity. So can I just delete that like you do in the Airbus? No, I cannot. Can I just copy Rabin into there? Yes, I can. Boshty. And that gives us basically a direct. There we go. That. Oh, this looks pretty decent. Maybe it's not too hard. Right, yeah, you'll see an overspeed here. This is a known bug, apparently, according to the Quality Wings forums. I had a crashing cruise. Flight Sim just decided it was going to give up. I think it was a VAS issue, but I'm not entirely sure, because I wasn't really paying much attention. And when I respawned in, got everything reset up again and continued with the cruise, just from the FSCIPC autosave, I had a lovely overspeed warning. And being red, it was going ping, 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 ping at me all the time. So I ended up just muting FSX just by hitting Q, just to get rid of it. And then I thought, oh no, maybe I can put up with that. Hit Q again about 10 minutes later, and the pinging had stopped. So I don't know whether it gave up or whether pressing Q is a sort of mute override, if you like, for warnings in the Quality Wing software. I don't know, but they are aware of it and they are going to fix it. So let me zoom back out on here. It's looking quite nice there. Okay, so let's go back to the CDUs. So that's a route. That's looking quite nice. Departure and arrivals all in there now. Zoom back up some flight plan. So you've also got status page here. Now I can put that on here, and I can put the CDU on there, and you can play about, do whatever you want. And you've got your checklists as well, which I did do. But of course, when I loaded the crash back in, it decided I hadn't done them. I don't know if there's a first officer like there is in the Aerosoft Airbus type thing who will go through these. There is a guy who sort of shouts out what you should be doing at a high level, so descent checklist, and that's all he says. And I don't know how you key in the data into here. Oh, I don't want to check that yet. Either way, sys panel. So, usual stuff. Any status messages pop up in here, as you would expect. You got your electrical panel. Hydraulics. I should probably check this before going live on stream in case there's anything that's red. All looking good here. We didn't have any fuel in our centre tanks, didn't need it for this flight. This thing's just insanely efficient. All the way from Heathrow to Tel Aviv on, I think it was 37% full on both of the wing tanks and nothing in the centre. It's about 4.5 hour flight, I think it is off the top of my head. Got your aircon, doors page, all set to auto, that's helpful. There's no one in the bogs at the moment. Brilliant. Tyre pressures, oh that's interesting. Oh, they're not quite the same either. Huh. I wonder if that's modelled from brake heating then, so if you come in and slam the anchors on, whether your tyre pressures change, particularly if you blow one of them. I don't actually know. Flight controls. Oh good, we're green, that helps. EFIS, as far as I can tell, none of this works. I am spamming the left mouse button like a good one at the moment and nothing's happening. So I assume this is going to be implemented in due course. This will be useful. We'll be able to set the aircraft up in millibars, hectopascals, rather than inches mercury for European and so on flights. Because it just seems to be hit and miss. You can change for your baro. You can change that, as you can see here, between inches and hectopascals. So you can do that. And if I just take us out of standard for the moment, so that's in inches there, and now we're in hecto. So you can do that there. So the aircraft is flyable. It's just you can't fully set up the flight computer. Can't change your minimums there. But again, hopefully no one's getting sick watching this. I'm so zoomed in. You can flick between baro and radio and change your minimums on there. So we'll do that in due course. And various other bits and bobs. You just can't click any of this yet. Maintenance panel. I would assume we're going to get some clickety setup stuff in here. Again, none of this appears implemented, so I can't click any of that. And your circuit protection, circuit board stuff. Again, none of this is clickable at the moment. Autopilot is fairly standard. One nice thing it does, I don't know if other Boeings do this, I've not noticed when I watched anyone else streaming, but it automatically sets your heading bug to the heading that you're supposed to be flying on the on your flight plan route. That's quite nice. It is good procedure to do that, just in case your flight computer does crash, and then you can continue flying on your heading, and you don't have to fart about with that when you've already got a massive panic on. So that's quite cool. I've not done anything to make that happen, it just did it when I went into LMAV. Let's have a look at the pedestal. So this is, you've got your usual VHF, HF stuff there, not installed at the moment, but nice to have that in there in case it does ever come in VATSIM. I don't know. Sat phone, don't know what that does. You can click it. Cabin interphone, don't know what that does. GPWS, you can override some of these. So say you were doing a equivalent in an Airbus would be a flat 3 landing, stuff like that. Same with gear. Don't know if you're doing a low pass down the tower. So that would purely be if you were doing that flight display or something like that. Or I guess if you were squawking 7.6, procedure for that is you fly along the runway and you wiggle the wings. and terrain override. I can see that being useful if you tried to get this beast into Innsbruck or somewhere like that. Weather radar, tilt controls automatic. That's really cool. Like that a lot. And you can show your weather and your turbulence, stuff like that. And you can change the games independently of your captain or your first officer, which is nice if you like tweaking and playing about with it all. And your transponder, the transponder tilt is manual, so you do have to still above or below that, and your transponder codes and so on and so forth there. Transponder to put it on TARA is on this dial here, so don't forget to do that. And then so you've got 3 of these, so that's probably a better setup.
Know what you want to say before you say it. That will avoid all of the problems.
It's a bit bright.
Alpha,
So there we are. These touchpads, I believe, do work. I don't dare touch them with a mouse. I don't see the point, because you can just click and drag on here if I wasn't centered. What else can we look at? Let's have a look at the overhead. Here we are. Nice overhead here. It's effectively a dark cockpit, but not quite. If you've got faults, oh, maybe let's not turn the aircon off. Let's turn the centre tanks on, because that will confuse it for a minute. There we go. So we've got a pressure warning there. Obviously centre tanks are empty, and that comes up yellow, so you can see that something is amiss. So let's turn those back off. Probably the last thing to show you on the inside is the head-up display. There is a click button there, but there is a hidden click button here. Now if you're using chase plane, you do have to sort of get yourself where you want to be to see this. So say you're a bit low, you're going to end up chopping half of it off. So there we go, that looks quite nice for me there. Let's just save chase plane. So you've got quite a lot of information there. Does seem a bit flickery, don't know why. If you right click, you can declutter. Might be quite useful for landing to just declutter that, or you can put it back to the mode I was in before. Don't really need that for cruise. One thing I have noticed with this, actually, let's just go back to that, is the horizon. The artificial horizon here is not on the actual real horizon here. Now I think I know why they've done that, because they're just mimicking this display. But if you've ever flown fast jets, anything military like that before, it does actually set that up so it overlays on the real horizon. So if you're flying through fog, nighttime lights out, that sort of thing, makes things a bit easier. Let's have a look outside again. So we are flying slightly now. Oh my god, come on flight sim, sort your stuff out.
And I had been online for like an hour and a half before we did that. So even if he entered my airspace, then I've been online for more than 30 minutes. He'll get removed because the rule says you have to keep an eye on what's happening in front of you.
Wow. Come on FSX, sort it out, man. Motion looks good. Oh, I just love the spiral trails here, they look awesome. And just look at the bow on those wings as well. It's above the actual top of the fuselage there, as it would be IRL. That does just look awesome, and but there we go. And it does bow quite considerably when you rotate on takeoff. Looks nice. Size those engines, they're chuffing massive, aren't they? And you can see straight through them, which is quite nice. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. So yeah, absolute beauty here. This is in the Quality Wings BA livery. Just download it straight off the website. I'm going to sit back in here. What other views have we got? Oh, let's have a look at the jump seat view. That looks quite neat, doesn't it? Do like that. This is probably my favourite view though. Not that it's practical for flying in, but wow. Just look at the detail on that. That really is absolutely stunning detail. Well done, Quality Wings. That is beautiful. Really is beautiful. So back to this. The only thing I haven't shown you, another hidden click spot up here on this little piece. And that pulls up your sort of Quality Wings ground panel. You can turn your cabin lighting on, change the colours, you can open your doors, connect your external power. Something to watch on this aircraft. It chews the battery when you're on the deck, so make sure you've got your APU on, or assuming your engines aren't on, or you've got your external power connected. You don't want a flat battery. What a pain in the butt that is. We've all done it. So there we go. So that's the sort of first look at the moment. We've still got a little while to go of the cruise before we start our descent. You can see here on the vertical altitude planner there.
That should do it for now.
But yeah, first impressions is this is absolutely lovely. I've been putting off learning how to fly Boeing, well, new Boeings, 737, stuff like that. Really wanted to fly the 75, being a BA aircraft, of course. Do some of the Africa tour. Just can't find a decent enough model for it. So I sort of gave up on that. But I got excited after a beer yesterday, and as soon as this got released, downloaded it. Why not? So there we go. I'm going to go a bit quiet for a while now, let the cruise come on, and I'll come back to you when we're near the top of drop. I'll leave the video streaming here. I'll kill the microphone, just going to do a little bit of work, and then yeah, I'll be back to you shortly. Toodles.
going to go on a 08.
Okay, so something very weird has just happened. Something has gone very, very wrong.
And then basically what we're going to do is from here.
Why have I completely lost all vertical speed? I'm now massively overspeeding the aircraft. It's plummeting towards the ground, despite the fact it's set correctly there.
We have a look at this and step down.
The chuff.
And then we'll just venture ourselves and bring us in.
Engines are good.
Beeble for 2 months. Bloody hell, mate, that's quick. 2 months. Thank you very much, Beeble.
Electrics are good.
I'm looking forward to seeing you again this weekend.
It's good. Good.
What's he said?
Well, rip.
You're going to be
Let's
rapping.
bounce off the sea.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Not that I don't love blackout. But I don't want to wear a jersey because of it. Thank you very much, my mate. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It is. Indeed. And then Tommy for 9 months. Twitch baby. Twitch baby. Thank you very much, Mr. Tommy.
Why is the autopilot refusing to climb the aircraft?
9 months, 3/4 of a year with the Choose Angels. You are a legend.
I have no warnings.
Can we please give Tommy a nice little laugh on that? Cheers, bud.
Right.
Thank you.
I've got no elevator control. So let's have a look at the... Not that one, that one. So I'm fully back on my joystick here. Obviously you can't see that. Ailerons work. Elevator's given up. Does the rudder work? Oop. Oh, there. Oh, I can sense a crash coming. I sense a crash coming. Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh. It's deaded. It is well and truly deaded. And there it goes. Right, that was surprising. Oh, could you hear me talking then? Oh, you're watching the video, aren't you? Yeah, I muted TeamSpeak. That was really weird. Well, basically, I completely lost the elevator, as did the autopilot. Took the autopilot out. Ailerons worked fine. No elevator. So it basically just plummeted into the floor. And absolutely nothing I could do, manual or auto, would just stop it descending. That's really, really, really weird. Well, I'm glad I've got that videoed because I can send that to the devs.
When was the last time I did a go around?
That's irritating.
I think it may have been when we had to do one at Newark, if I'm not mistaken, with 777 because we had a wind chill. I can't remember that.
I think they've rushed it. I really do think they've rushed it out.
So far I'm not too impressed.
Right, let's load. Oops, excuse me.
You didn't know it either, yeah, awesome. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream and hopefully you'll see the V4 baby soon now. Feeling based up with V4. I think against me when we went quite a bit then.
Right, so let's find my autosave. Tuesday, what time are we on? 14:50ish Zulu.
What happened to the straw poll? It's still in the Discord.
Oh, is that not in Zulu? Right.
Subscribers are going to be the people voting on it.
15:44. I've got the latest autosave. Let's see what happens.
I don't really too much Brony. I'm not really much of a GA guy, I'll be honest in saying. Right, let's make sure we're on the AP bosses today, because we all know Chewie loves to be getting through that. And then all the door lights are out, so we'll remove all the ground connections. Brilliant. Easy stuff. Takes no time whatsoever for me to get this aircraft started.
Right, there we go. Okay, back in with everything cold and dark at flight level 410. That's good.
Yeah, it is sad. It's not ever anymore. It sucks, doesn't it?
Warning, warning, error, error, every noise.
Craig, you're hearing that from somebody,
Ping pong, ping pong.
you're hearing that from somebody who's taking photos out my house. I don't ever remember saying this. I said that the release was imminent yesterday after the 393 on the 8th. Everything like that.
See how far this baby glides.
Right, taxi-wise,
Come on, primary flight display would be nice. I'd like to know how fast I'm going. And there we go. On my auto throttle.
V4 is going to be a long time. So I hope it's not going to be too long, otherwise the hype is going to die down from it. That's my only worry in that regard. The hype is going to really die down and then the settings of it and then it's come out of V4 and we'll be like, oh yeah. I guess we'll have, oh wow, only straight from that. I guess we'll have to see. It won't be too long. It's a bit of a shame that it's that far behind. That the sets are ready to go, but D3D version is a long way behind.
Why is the aircraft now trying to do a barrel roll?
Sig, that program there was called
And why won't the autopilot disconnect? That's really weird. The heading bug's there. That's correct. And I appear to have got my elevator back. Right, there we go. Engines coming back online. They're always useful. Why? So many warning bleepy bleepies. Oh right, autopilot's decided to fire up now. I wonder if that's linked to the engines being on. No, I don't want taxi lights on, that's the wrong one. Oh, strobes are already on, good.
If they're going to be travelling to the event as well, they're not going to be working on the product, so I very, very, very much doubt with all those things in mind that it's going to be a release of content. Brown Bear, another new subscription with Pitch Prime, thank you very much, Brown Bear.
Right, flight level change. Okay, so the aircraft's flying itself now, so I can worry about other stuff. APU can come off. So let's have a look at the flight computer. Oh no, I didn't need to do that. Restart V-Pilot.
This flight's only like 45 minutes or so. 45 minutes.
Route. No.
Yeah, it is a shame.
Egll-Llbg.
Oh well. Nothing we can do about it, so it's just a case of sitting and waiting patiently.
Oh, can you not copy and paste? That's annoying. Egll-Llbg 01.
Stay in this view because I don't want GSX to push me back into the grass. Yeah, what's the TNCN?
Just liking
No,
that.
I'm not getting it for FSX.
There we go. Flight number BA. Good. Not plummeting towards the ground again yet. Route. I forget what the next waypoint was going to be. Aspiz. Great name.
No, it did push me. The flight info bar is on.
There it is.
No, Morty, no. There would be, I've got no other add-ons, I've got nothing.
Aspiz. Executes.
I will not bring it for FSX no matter what. That's very bad nation. That's the nation fault, but it's not the cost that's the problem. That's not why I'm not doing that. Hey Mark, how you doing, man? Do I have any idea when it will be released? Well, as soon as we just had a beta tester tell us a very long time. So that's all I know.
FMC message TCAS off. Right, TCAS. Yeah, don't care about any of them.
Cool. It's not both engines.
TCAS is on. Good, the Q trick works.
Wait for GSX to get out of the way. And should we do the taxi lights? Perfect. Do that, warning, and then we'll do a flight control check.
Right, back in the game. Okay, so need to reset up my arrival now. Arrival, bollocks. Come on. 26, Lemco 2. Forgot which transition it was. It was the
We're ready to rock and roll.
Rabies.
So I reckon I should be able to get away with pushing out over.
Execute.
I don't think that's going to last. I love the fact that there's an Etihad Airbus here as well from SpaceX. It's not happening. Really bad.
Yep, see you soon. Bye.
I think it's going to be very difficult for people to chill about it. Like, knowing the flight sim community and being a member of the flight sim community for a while, like, these kind of
Come on, this is
releases
laggy as you like.
and it's been
Condition, dry, Cat 3, anti-ice will be off, reverse, whatever that means, spoilers, auto, brakes 1, wind, let's get the latest wind. Dot, G.
The traffic add-on is free, but the thing to get real traffic from real life into it is not free. It's ridiculous $60 for a year for it.
We're going to get an escort. Right, so the wind is 3,
I'd much rather, like, I
3,
said it about, I
10,
said this, you know, like, I said this a couple of times
10
about
knots.
when quality wings announced
Outside air temperature is a lovely 26 degrees. Oh, if only. QNH 101 1 0. Planet mode 1014. Weird. Weight was. Find the right button.
But for the majority of the community now, because a lot of the community have moved to D4 away from FSF,
Bugger, forgotten where that was now.
I would have personally liked to have seen it released for all platforms at the same time.
Oh, while I'm here.
But hey, what can you do?
390 into there as well. I've forgotten where the weight was.
Right, we're on Echo, and then we're taking a right turn onto Golf, and then we just follow it down to 3 like that. Pretty simple. Not too bad. Rudder camera, no, unfortunately not. Nice close up.
Hmm.
I've not heard too much about it. Like,
Right, okay.
I've not heard a lot of stuff
Randomly spam it.
about what it's like in it. So
It was something like
you have got it.
335. Oh my god! 3353. Why has it done that? 335300. It was something like that. But we'll see what happens. Just gives us 8,100 feet, so that was close to what it was before, so I can't be far enough off for that to matter too much, I would hope. Rudder works. So I'm going to start a descent.
Very short first flight. There's one only 40 minutes long or so. So it's going to be a quick trip down to Miami, and then it'll be a much longer trip down to TNCM. It's about an hour. I didn't have Poketronic? No, perfect. Thanks, Flyer. Sorry, honey, I can't look at it at the moment. No. One Caden. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Didn't think I forgot anything else.
Dee 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 dee. That wasn't on that page.
What aircraft do you fly on the next flight?
Excuse me.
We're just going to turn around the aircraft and fly straight out again. It would take us years if I switched airports.
How did I put last time my flight plan route onto here?
And it's really good for aircraft in the air, but as we've discovered today, aircraft on the ground is pretty terrible. And got 6 GBC.
That one doesn't work either, does it? No, it wasn't there.
We're not on Baxter currently, hence the red mark at the top of the screen.
Oh, I can't remember. Looks sensible. That's not what I wanted. That looks that's not updated yet. We'll do next time a reboot. That's not what I wanted either. Oh my god, come on, Simon. Not doing that, not doing that.
As well as Victor Leo and Steve
Oh, I can't find the thing I bloody want. Right, in that case, ignore it. And it will go away.
Yeah, we're going to be flying across the coastline. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a nice scenic route. And then obviously we'll have an amazing route down to St. Martin. It should be good fun.
So, where
James,
is our
7
top of
months. Thank you
drop?
very much, dude. Perfect timing. Just
That's
before
the
flight.
next thing I need to know.
Okay.
So, VNav.
For your 7 months of support. Thank you so much, mate. Can we please give James a nice warm welcome back? Here we go. That's a song.
Don't need that. Limco 5000. That looks okay. Aha.
Right, I'm going to start the clock. We'll just
It's not that that I want.
see if we can spot any traffic today. I've never tried the Thrustmaster HOTAS X, although I have heard very good things about it. I've used the Thrustmaster T16000M, which is great for the
Why can't I get rid of this discontinuity?
Okay, clock started. Let's get the next tour route underway. Get in the air and get going to Miami. Everything stable.
Oh, because I've not done that. Sure, that was on the other side earlier. That's weird.
Anti-crash departure indeed. Wow, hello, Egll-Llbg. I'm basically full left of rudder.
Okay, this is looking a lot better now. So, oh, because I was on legs before. Right, so my top of descent, I think we've probably already passed it now.
Yeah, we've got a 22 knot crosswind coming in. Holy crap.
Yeah, so the aircraft started descending now.
Rotate.
Still saying I got an FMC message.
A bit of a lag spike. Got an even bigger lag spike. Oh my god. Positive rate gear up. That crosswind is killing me.
Right, I'm going to bring this all the way down to 5k then. There we go. And put the flight directors on. That would be useful. We've got an F-16 inbound coming to nice one, Chewie, to escort us in.
Guys! That wind has just gone from 070 at 18 knots. Fuck me, hello.
Oh,
Mummy,
brilliant.
help.
If you don't watch Chewie's streams, oh, do. They're hilarious.
I'm staying with where we are. The speed's gone. But we're still somewhat stable.
Right. Is there anything up here that I haven't done? I don't think so. I think this all booted in correctly.
We're actually pretty stable considering we've just had 2 wind shear warnings. Climb out of it, yeah. I'm not gonna pull the joystick back because we were losing speed there. We're okay. That's the first time I've ever heard that in 7.3.
Yep, that's looking good. Oh, and there's the F-16 up there somewhere.
Hit tabs on things.
Chemtrails!
It's pretty.
There he is.
We were pretty stable, and yeah, I know I want to climb out of it, but like
That's quite funny.
with our speed down there like that, we were going to struggle. Karen, thanks for that follow.
I don't think we're descending quick
Yeah,
enough
I've never
here,
had
so
a
let's
full
do that.
wind shear warning before anything.
Well, we might be actually. Let's have
Good
a
that we're okay with it.
gander.
It stopped.
Come on.
But did you see it? It switched from like 070 at 18 knots to like 290 at 30 knots. Yeah,
Well,
that
this
was
thinks that we can do that. So, alright then.
different.
Plane, if you think you're that good.
We seem to be doing okay test now. Can bring the sound down so it's not so shouting or nothing again. Just make sure we're out of here.
Is that
and safe.
F-16 gone? Is he only good at holding speed?
Well, there you go, yeah, one keeps farther. It's that to tie there, man.
There he is.
Well, as well, you're gonna want to get the best PC you can possibly get if you're aiming for that. At least I reckon. That's exactly what I want. There's 123
5 miles off.
stabilized out.
Why is he descending like an absolute nutter?
Amazing.
Oh well, rip him. Let's concentrate on us, shall we? So, we're looking alright. Personally, I think we're a bit high, but the plane doesn't.
Can you explain how I chose it? AJB, I have
Something
podcast
not
going.
right there with that VNAV, isn't there? So let's go back to chase plane. Let's have a look at this then.
What is the best PC for me? Well, whatever the best PC is. Really? Whatever the biggest, baddest, amazingest computer in the world is the best one for it, obviously.
That's active.
That wind shear might have been, yeah, exactly. We were a bit lucky there, weren't we? Building, hang in that fellow, dude. Yeah, we were lucky that we didn't have the wind shear a little bit earlier. If we had that wind shear on
Let's see what happens. We can always fly the missed approach. That'd be a nice test.
beautiful thousand. Flying out.
Not that I feel the need to do any more testing of this, because why?
Hey, King Planes, how you doing,
Yeah.
Any news on the 787? We've just heard today that the P3DD4 release is a very long time away. That's it. Okay, Matt, correct?
Right. Sorry, Chewie. You're getting muted, buddy. Where's this F-16 then? Anyone see him? There he is. Arming sidewinders. Here. Why is it saying I've got an FMC message? Because I haven't. There we are, there's my traffic alert.
Clear of conflict.
That was quite nice.
Monitor vertical.
So that's that going nuts at me. Can I turn that off? What page was it on?
Clear of conflict.
Ah, there's the overlay. That's what I was looking for before. So that doesn't save then. Oh no, I don't want MD on there. I'm just going to completely ignore that.
Clear of conflict. Clear of conflict.
Randomly press buttons until you find what you're looking for. Oh, there were the messages. So let's put that on there. That's quite nice. Right, so that's cleared that error. We've still got the overspeed, but we know that's a bug. I want not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. So that's how you do it. So it's split screen unless you put the same thing on both screens. That's pretty cool. I like that. The VNav's just gone absolutely mental. Oh no, that's not ground level. Right. No climbing. See, I feel I'm definitely too high here. So let's go with a altitude intervene. So you can see on here, that's come up there, that's looking nice. Need to drop that down to 3K. I want the systems page up on there so I don't see any warnings. Who dat? V-pilot ready to go there. I want to pull the speed back. Way too high. Way too high. Okay. Not a disaster. Hold at Rabin. And we can do that until we're down to a sensible out. So that's not really a procedure though, is it? Siron. Oh, I should have held here. But we're already past here. That's annoying. Ba, 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 ba. Lever of Shame's out in full swing. Where's our little buddy? I think he's ahead of us. Where me? Not seen. Oh yeah, we're coming down like an absolute brick now. Oh. It's happened again. Completely lost my elevator. So I'm fully back on the stick there. I can do ailerons, you can see them coming up. Can I do rudder? Yeah, rudder's going. No elevator. Absolutely none. Diddly squat whatsoever. Well, rip. Goodbye. Disconnect Elmav. Can't. Right, well let's see if when the speed drops a bit, whether or not it gives us the elevator back, and let's thing to that end. Well, it's not giving me elevator because we're too quick. Still not got elevator. Just got no elevator whatsoever. Just make sure it's not the obvious. Calibration, joystick. Yep, that's working fine.
Monitor vertical speed. Sync rate. Clear of contact. On. Sync rate. Autopilot command 1000. Mine. Autopilot on. Autopilot command. Clear of contact.
It's got no elevator whatsoever. Absolutely nada. Ah, work, you piece of poo! That's a good way of levelling the aircraft. Slam it into the floor. Not. Right, well, there you go. What can you do? This has got to look hilarious from outside. Oh, now the wheels are pit. That's very weird. Well, you know what they say, any landing you can walk away from is a good one. Not entirely sure that applies in this case. Though that is really funny. Right, well what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the flight here. Wait for the APU to fire up. Clean up the aircraft as if there's any point in doing that whatsoever. Lovely. Direct to your door. Oops. Clearly before the APU had spooled up, I guess. Well, there it is. And a landing rate of 24,000 feet per minute. Spoilers will definitely have come up at that. Right, well, this aircraft clearly needs a little bit of work on it still, but unless I'm doing something hysterically wrong, which is probably a factor, but even so, yeah, you see my elevator's working because it's on my joystick there. Oh, if only you could just slew mode to any destination in the world. Going on holiday would be a lot easier. Oh, the engine's randomly turned on again. Yes, I do want to exit. There's that. Oh, and that was all on VATSIM. Ha! Funny. Well, there we go. RIP. See you all again soon. Hopefully when it's fixed. Bye-bye.